The Club Shay Shay interview you're talking about with Monique and...
Well, here's what I will say. Yeah. That whatever was said is not for me.
Yeah.
Whatever was said opened up a wound in my daughter that we're arguing about right now. Mm-hmm. I've never had much in my life, but the love of my children I've always had. Mm-hmm. And something jeopardizes that, I can never forgive you for it. Mm-hmm. Before it happened, I knew it was happening because my daughter called me and like, this is gonna happen. And she's in therapy and crying because she knew that people were gonna automatically know about what had happened to her before and it makes it just, I'll never forgive you for that. Mm-hmm. That now I'm in a compromised situation where I'm with something I genuinely love. I ain't loved a lot. I love my children. Mm-hmm. And to feel like I couldn't protect them and that plays out over and over again, it's something I won't forgive you for. Mm-hmm. I won't.
So you talked about it, I wasn't gonna bring it up, but since we're there. So she brings up your daughter having gone through a very personal experience where she was victimized.
My daughter's so angry with me, she hasn't spoken to me in years.
Still from that?
Yep.
But it wasn't you that brought that.
Doesn't make a difference. When somebody's gone through something, they don't want.
It's their trigger.
And then when they're triggered, what do you do?
Yeah, you lash out.
That is explosive, man. Woo. All right, so a little bit of backstory. Monique went on a Club Shay Shay and basically, or I think she was on her IG live, and she basically said something about DL Hughley's daughter who was victimized, and DL found out and knew about it, things of that nature, and so she was just basically calling out DL Hughley. And DL Hughley, as you could see, he responded back on I think Jason Lee's podcast or show on the Hollywood Unlocked guy, and basically was like, I can't forgive you. It affected my relationship even to this day. I think the Club Shay Shay interview came out like a month ago, and it's affected my relationship to this day with my daughter. So let's unpack that. So let's start with the daughter. The daughter was triggered by Monique bringing up her situation and her beef with her dad, which I thought was very inappropriate. If it's between you and DL Hughley, it should stay between you and DL Hughley. But when you start bringing in kids, which all bets are off, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so all bets are off, and especially to someone who's dealing with trauma. If you hear DL Hughley, she's in therapy. When someone is assaulted, I can't use the wording because I don't want YouTube to block this video, but it's just a sad state. And it's a trauma they have to live with for the rest of their life. Some people are able to mask it. Some people are able to deal with this. Some people are just able to forget it, block it out. But it's something that triggered her, which affected her dad. So it makes sense with DL Hughley saying that when someone has those issues, they're going to go back to whatever that trigger is, and it could have been she's still mad at her dad not being there, or her dad not protecting her, and it just opened a can of worms that I don't think that Monique realized that she opened for. And that's why I'm very big on getting kids the proper, in any of those situations, it's like let them heal in their own time. Continuous therapy, conversations. We don't know what's going behind the scenes with DL Hughley and his daughter, but Monique opened a can of worms. So I completely agree with DL. Like, you crossed that line, bringing up my daughter. You crossed that line with the situation. And maybe you guys comment below. Maybe he said something about one of her kids that I'm missing, but I'm just going off of face value and what the things I know, right? You guys, by the way, like, subscribe, follow the page. If you need any parent coaching, any youth mentoring for your kids, I do video game therapy, mentoring through video games with kids. Hit the link below in the description. But yeah, I just think that it's one of those things that if there's, when you beef between two parents, it should stay between parents. What happened to the rule that kids and women are protected? I know Monique's a woman, but like in beef, in battles, like, I think that's gone out the window and all gloves are off. So I do agree with this point. If I was DL, there's no coming back for that. If the relationship, I'm working on my relationship with my daughter, she's probably hasn't forgiven me for some things, she holds some resentment towards me. I don't need some outsider adding fuel to the fire. So to the end, it's F Monique for life. I'm on that tip too, and I understand, like, yes, what I do for that my business, we're trying to create a positive environment and foster relationships. But some relationships are best off just not being in your life. That's the positive, is that we just don't mess with each other. You stay on that side, I stay on this side. And again, I think there's no coming back. Monique had some issues with her own children, and her son, her went back and forth. I'll hit the link. I did a video on that one about 2 weeks ago. I'll leave it at the end of the video, end screen. You could talk. So you can't really comment. You got to worry about your own kids. It's like you can't really throw rocks at a glass house. You got to worry about your own, right? You can't talk with a glass jar. Like, I think that people are just too concerned, especially if you really think about it. What's their real beef about? What's DL and Monique's beef about that we have to get it to that point? I don't know. All right, what do you guys think about this whole situation? Like, I want to hear comments below. I get a lot of comments in my videos. I'm very interactive responding to this. Is Monique wrong? If you were DL, will you feel the same type of way that he does? A lot of resentment, a lot of anger towards her. You guys like, subscribe, follow the page. Like I said before, I'll be doing this more and more. I'm out.